In part 1, we saw how Goa remained under Portuguese rule even after India became independent. We also saw protests, underground fighters, and how the people of Goa risked their lives for freedom. But now comes the biggest question: why did India wait until 1961, and what finally ended Portuguese rule forever? After 1947, India wanted a peaceful solution. Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru believed war should be the last option. India tried diplomacy, talks, international pressure, but Portugal refused every single request. In fact, Portugal claimed Goa was not a colony. They said Goa was part of Portugal itself. This created a huge problem for India. At that time, the world was divided by Cold War. Portugal was part of NATO. India did not wanted an international conflict. But inside Goa, conditions were becoming worse. Freedom fighters were arrested, newspapers were censored, peaceful protesters were fired upon, and anger inside India was growing every year. People started asking, how can India call itself fully independent while Goa is still under foreign control? Then came the late 1950s. Everything started changing very quickly. Public pressure increased, freedom fighters became more active, even the international community started criticizing colonial rule. Portugal still refused to leave. Now India had reached a breaking point, and then came 1961. A military operation was secretly prepared. It was named as Operation Vijay. But here is the surprising part: the war lasted only around 36 hours. On 18 December 1961, Indian forces entered Goa from land, air, and sea. The Portuguese resistance collapsed very quickly. Governor General Antonio Vassallo e Silva was surrendered, and on 19 December 1961, Goa became part of India. Just like the more than 450 years of Portuguese rule came to an end. No long war, no months of fighting, only 36 hours changed history forever. The liberation of Goa completed India's journey against colonial rule. But the real victory did not begin in 1961, it began years earlier, with students, writers, protesters, underground fighters, and ordinary people who refused to stay silent. The Goa liberation movement teaches us one powerful lesson: freedom may be delayed, but when people continue fighting together, history eventually changes.